Recently, I picked up the Freeride 2 14 meter, a wing I've been anticipating for a very long time. Over the past few weeks, I've been flying it pretty much every opportunity I can get, learning more and more about it, and the more I learn, the more I fall in love with it. It's honestly incredible. And I know I've been raving about it in the past few videos, but honestly, I would go as far as saying it's made me fall in love with paramotoring again. More on that later. Everything about it is just maybe like 25% more. More speed, more maneuverability, more fun, more everything. In testing this wing out, I had an opportunity to get it up above the clouds. It was a beautiful, beautiful layer of clouds. I was just taking it all in, and then I kind of realized I was up really high and I had a lot of altitude to burn, and there's one maneuver that I haven't done on this wing yet, a sat. A sat is where you basically pull really hard on one side of the wing and your rotation flips. So you go backwards, the wing goes forwards, and you're in this massive spin dive, and it pulls a lot of G-force. With this glider being so much more extreme and small, 14 square meters, I was honestly a bit terrified to do it for the very first time, but I knew I had to. There's two risks here. If I pull too much brake, I can spin the glider, and with it being so small, it would not be pretty. The other risk is if I don't pull hard enough, the glider's so small, it's going to have so much energy and it's going to spin so fast, I might just black out. And that's why I was terrified. But I went for it anyway, and it worked out perfectly. After doing one, obviously I had to do another. Sats are cool and everything, but they're not really like my go-to. If I had to pick 3 different things that I love in paramotoring that this wing does really well, here they are. The first thing would be the barrel rolls. This glider rolls so fast, carries so much energy, and the weight shift is so effective that you can rip a barrel roll effortlessly. Every time I do it and just nail it perfectly, it blows my mind. The second thing I really love doing with this glider is just down low carving. That's kind of what the Freeride is designed for, slalom. I'm not into like competition slalom, but hooking around some trees, using your entire body, your weight shift, your tip steer, and you really get into the flow, this wing is just on a different level. The last and final thing I love about paramotoring, and I love that this wing does really well, is swoop landings. I have always been obsessed with swoop landings. That's kind of my thing. At the end of every flight, I go up high, kill my engine, sometimes take my helmet off so I can feel the breeze in my hair, and hook a big turn and come in as fast as I can. It's just so much fun. This 14 meter Freeride is tiny. It's very ground hungry to begin with, and then you trim it out and it just wants to point at the ground and stay pointed at the ground. It comes in so fast, but then at the very end, as you flare, it lifts you right up to the very last second and slows you down for a nice graceful landing. I am obsessed with this. All those things considered, this glider has really made me genuinely fall in love with paramotoring again. I haven't flown my 16 meters since I got this glider. I was really excited to take this glider out to the beach and test its performance in the beach flying environment. So we're at the beach, obviously, and we've got paramotors, and we're doing some beach flying today with my buddy Dan from back in New Jersey and my buddy Robbie from back in New Jersey. Aside from that, I just wanted to talk to you guys about like my thoughts on paramotoring, and this new wing that I got, the Freeride 2 14 meter, which I've been making videos about the past couple of videos, and how it's inspired me and reignited some excitement in paramotoring. One of the cool things about beach flying is you generally have a strong amount of wind, which allows you to get really comfortable with the slow end of the speed range on a glider. On takeoff and landing, you can get really deep into the brakes and comfortably feel how the glider is going to stall or respond at slow speeds. And that's one of the biggest things I was scared about with this wing, is it just stalling and giving up because it's so small. But not so much to my surprise, it held through in the beach flying environment. I could basically take off in 2 steps if I wanted to and land in 1. It was not far off from my 16 meter, which really goes to show how much performance they really increased in the second version of the Freeride. Nonetheless, I had a ton of fun flying at the beach.
So if you guys have caught my last couple episodes, like ever since I went on that West trip, I don't know, I've just not been paramotoring so much recently. And I've been flying for just over 9 years, and more recently I've been getting into skydiving more, and paragliding, speed flying, speed soaring, base jumping, all those fun things. just as it happened, like on my last West trip, I literally pulled out my paramotor once the entire month. Then I got back home and it was cold and I haven't really paramotored. And then I came down here to Florida and then I did a bunch of base jumping and then I did a bunch of skydiving. And I don't know, I just recently haven't felt the itch to pull out my paramotor. Hello, lovely woman on the beach. She's so happy. But enter the Freeride 2 14 meter. This glider, I seriously think, has reignited some passion. And that's because it's just so much more. Hi, mister! Oh my god, everyone's waving at me. I feel so happy. I do feel like in paramotoring, I've hit a level where I'm just like content. There are definitely more skills to be had, but I feel like, oh my god, all these people waving just keep interrupting my video. What's up, people? There are more skills to be had, but personally, I'm just like happy with where I'm at. Until I got this little death machine wing, the 14 meter Freeride 2. And I don't mean like death machine like it's actually that dangerous, it's really not. But when I get on it, it gives me that feeling of there's much more potential in this wing that I'm not yet capable of taking advantage of because I have to get used to it and get honed in on what this wing is about. And that to me is exciting. When I got on my MT-10, which is a leader bike for the first time, I was like, oh my god, this machine is much more capable than I am. And that's an exciting feeling. And that's how I felt about this here wing. All that to say, it's reignited a fire within me for paramotoring. And I went out and flew in the morning for the first time in a long time. Like, normally I like to sleep in. I used to go out every single morning. It was flyable and fly. And now I'm just kind of jaded. And I don't really go out in the morning that much. But now that I have this glider, I have been waking up in the morning and I have been ripping around the airport and honing in my skills on this new delicate little beast. Oh look, a wedding venue. There's no one there. Let's go buzz it. Marriage. What a thing. Look at this. Just diving at the beach. Whoosh. Diving at the surf. Whoosh. Diving at the beach. Whoosh. Scare all the lovely older couples here in Florida. Careful, Dan, careful! I think he meant to do that. I'm gonna go harass Dan. Hey, Dan! Hey, Dan! Check this out! Dan! Look how cool I am! This beach is really narrow, but it's also, the wind's coming in at an angle, so you can kind of sneak through the grass like a wild animal, pop up onto the beach, plant it.
So all in all, I hope you guys aren't like annoyed at how much I keep raving about this wing, but this is really where I'm at right now. I like making content that's exciting to me, and right now this glider is really exciting to me. Outside of this glider, I'm here at Aviator now, and I have an opportunity to fly a bunch of other brand new gliders, so look out for some wing reviews in the future. Hint, hint, I got a Viper 5 XC, which is brand new to the Ozone lineup, and I want to do a back-to-back comparison of the Freeride 2 16-meter non-comp versus my original 16. So stay tuned. If you guys are interested in any of these wings, which is a very small percentage of people, hit me up. Otherwise, if you're interested in any of the Ozone lineup, which is the majority of people, looking at the Ozone Mojo for beginners or the Spider 3, feel free to reach out at info@tuckergott.com. I'm a dealer for these gliders, and I'm trying to do my best to really get to know each and every one of them intimately so that I can help you guys out with decisions. You can visit my web store at tuckergott.com if you want to check out the lineup, or just email me. Hope you guys enjoyed. Appreciate you. Have fun. Fly safe. Peace.